Hey guys, it's Shelley here from Photo Tripping America and the Solo Traveler community. Join Sully and I today as we take off at the Titan Missile Museum in Sahuarita, Arizona. The only remaining Titan missile site open to the public lies about 20 miles south of Tucson, Arizona, in a region known as Green Valley near the Santa Cruz River. When I entered the museum here, I found a timeline that explained in detail the tensions leading up to the Cold War and the reason that our government felt the need to build 18 different missile sites near 3 air bases in our country, enticing peace through deterrence. There were several other displays that showcased the dramatic history of our nuclear conflict with the Soviet Union. But by now, I was ready to see the control room and the missile. So bring on the tour. Even with COVID, the Titan Missile Museum was still giving tours, albeit with smaller groups than normal. Our tour started topside, where we descended 55 steps, or about 2 stories, to the control room. From there, we got to go through a long tunnel over to see the missile up close and personal. And we finished the tour above ground, looking at the missile's top from outside, as well as viewing all of the alarm systems, an example of the engines and the propellants for the missile. At first, descending down to the control room, I felt like I was going into the basement of a big commercial building. Until I started noticing the 8-inch thick walls and heavy doors, as well as the emergency signs scattered throughout. I began to remember that there were at least 4 people manning these spaces 24/7 for a couple of decades. When we finally arrived at the control room, we were in for a surprise. We got to manage a simulated launch of the missile.
So now, what we're going to do is we're going to simulate a launch. I will share with you that these all will light up, okay? So I want you focused on these lights here. And when they light up, I want you to tell me what light is lighting up, okay? And then I will describe to you what's going on. Now what we're going to do before we begin, I'll just give you the instructions. You're both going to put your left hand on the key. The commander, not yet though, I mean you can put your hand on the key, but the commander's going to do an abbreviated countdown beginning at 3, 2, 1, and it's going to sound just like this. 3, 2, 1, launch. You're both going to turn the key to the 3 o'clock hour, wait for 5 seconds, then you're going to release. Your focus is going to be on these lights because they're going to light up. Okay? So, let's begin the process. Commander, go ahead with your abbreviated countdown.
3, 2, 1, launch.
Turn the key, hold for 5 seconds. You need to be looking at your buttons.
Batteries activated.
Okay, so launch enable came on. That meant that the battery valve unlocked and the propellants are now flowing to the missile. Battery activated means that the 2 28-volt batteries are charging, and it takes 28 seconds to do so. Do you have another light that's come on yet? Okay. Soon it will.
Oh, APS power.
Okay, APS power means that the batteries are fully charged now. And it's running on its own internal power. Silo stop means that the tipsies have gone off. The silo doors, the 760-ton silo doors have opened up.
Guidance go.
Guidance go means that the missile is actually checking where it's at and it's checking where it's going to target 2 by way of this panel right here, the guidance control indicator.
Lift off.
So guidance go means that it's going to target 2. Fire engine means that there's a fire in the engine, in the silo, and then lift off. The missile has left the silo. It is headed to target 2. Here are our targets, 1, 2, and 3. Lit up is target 2. We were always going to target 2. Can anybody tell me where that's at?
Moscow.
I don't know.
know?
We didn't know. It was top
Yes.
secret. It's top secret to this day.
Oh, dang.
So we have no idea. We know it's going to the Soviet Union, but. So from the time we turned the keys, from the time the commander, deputy commander turned the keys, that took 58 seconds. Only 58 seconds, which means that we were pretty swift.
We learned that after that 58-second launch, the Titan missile could fly at 16 to 18,000 miles per hour, about 20 times the speed of sound, to reach its destination. In this case, they were aimed at the Soviet Union, meaning they would have arrived in about 35 minutes. Thank goodness we never had to launch one in reality. We were given some time then to look around the rest of the control room before heading down the long tunnel to see the star of the show, the Titan II missile. Along the way, I saw a few signs of more of the dangers of working around a nuclear warhead. And then the porthole came into view. I don't think calling it the star of the show is quite appropriate when you're talking about a 9-megaton nuclear warhead, but I did come to photograph and see this. So it was pretty impressive. But I have to say what was more impressionable on me was the fact that something like this could do such damage to so many lives. But I'm so grateful we never had to use it. The tour was coming to an end, so we headed topside where we viewed the missile from above, walked around the grounds and saw its engines, fuel propellant tanks, and emergency vehicles and alarms that had been set up for the silo. I did notice that there's an 80-foot tall disc cone antenna on the grounds. So for those of you that are ham radio operators, bring your radio and you can use it for free at the Titan Missile Museum during their operating hours. The rush to build nuclear arsenals between the United States and the Soviet Union started shortly after World War II. It's what created the Titan missile. But thank goodness with Glasnost in the 80s, we were able to decommission these missiles. And today at the Titan Missile Museum, you can see what life is like when you live under a constant state of emergency. If you want to find out more about the Titan Missile Museum, I'll put a link to their website in the notes below this video. In the meantime, please be sure to subscribe to our channel, and we'll look forward to seeing you again next week here at Photo Tripping America.